Virgos, welcome to your guided healing reading. You guys came in second place, so you will get a bonus later after I'm done with all of the other signs. So keep a lookout for your bonus reading. I will also be giving you the extended for free for the bonus reading as well. So thank you for all of your support. So we're going to be doing guided healing where we take a look at where you are in your healing journey, what is keeping you stuck, and then we'll look at some advice at how to get you unstuck and some general advice on healing this wound in general. So this is what came out in the cleansing ceremony, Virgo. We had the Queen of Wands in reverse with the High Priest in reverse and the Six of Pentacles. So really interesting energy. I just did Cancer's reading right before you guys, and I had the High Priestess with the Queen of Wands coming out as well, both in reverse, and it was giving me the energy of black magic. So black magic, you know, a lot of people have their own perception of what it is, but black magic by definition is when you supersede someone else's free will. So you are controlling them so that they don't have free will and you impose your will upon them, okay? Black magic is not sacrificing an animal to some deity or whatever. That's a specific type of blood sacrificial magic, which can be considered black magic because likely you'd be using that energy to control some situation. But black magic is not all like that. Black magic is when you are manipulating people into doing what you want, okay? So we already have some black magic energy coming in, and we also have the Six of Pentacles, which in this deck is the Tornak, which are different animal spirit guides. So you may be noticing different messages that you are getting from the animal or even insect kingdom about different things. So, you know, if you aren't already looking it up, every animal or insect that you see, you want to look up spiritual meaning of blankety blank, whatever animal is coming to you. There also is this energy within this card of the shaman that helps bring the messages between the animal world and interpret them to the to the humans, right? Of these Inuit tribes and stuff that the Tornak is from. But there can be this aspect of certain, you know, black magic that's happening of someone who is telling you what the reality of the situation is without you, you know, looking at the information for yourself. So it would basically being like, oh, someone who says like, oh, look, there's that kind of bird. That means this. And is actually doing it to manipulate you rather than you looking up the information for yourself. We have Chimicho using Bell of Silence. So it does seem like your third eye has been silenced. So it feels again like someone has been telling you to sort of shut down your own thoughts and just sort of listen to them. It's a very interesting energy because we also have Dartrix here using leafage. So this could have to do something with money. It may also have to do like obviously with your heart chakra, but I don't usually read the descriptions for the cleansing ceremony, but for this one I did, and it says this narcissistic Pokemon is a clean freak. If you don't groom it diligently, it will stop listening to you. So again, there's this aspect of like listening, of silence, and this narcissistic Pokemon, I remember, I think it was like I think it was your last guided healing, so that would have been like 2 or 3 months ago. Your reading was called Yes, They Are a Narcissist. And it was telling me that you are dealing with someone who, and you know, narcissist gets thrown around a lot, but it does seem like you're dealing with someone who has a sort of narcissistic personality disorder, which of course is an underlying sort of spiritual disorder of having no distinct sense of self and needing to sort of overpower others to feel like they are powerful and things like that. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it and different ways that it may manifest, but I just thought that was interesting because even more affirming, yeah, you're dealing with someone who is narcissistic, and it does seem like someone who is using black magic on you to manipulate you, yeah, so that their will is done instead of yours. So anyway, Virgo, like I said, what we're going to do is take a look at where you are in your healing journey, what's keeping you stuck, and then how to get you unstuck with some advice on how to heal whatever wound is getting you into the situation in the first place. So let's see, Virgo. Let's see where you are right now. I just got like very warm. So I feel like Yeah, I feel like you need to cool off about some things here. We have Two of Wands coming out stuck, but more upright, and then Seven of Swords coming out in reverse. So Two of Wands for me can indicate a twin flame on their own. In this deck, it's very interesting because it represents a doppelganger, which is like an evil twin. So you may be under the assumption that someone is like, you know, your twin, or maybe meant to, you know, that you're meant to be with, but this person is actually an inverted version of yourself. Or maybe you're noticing maybe that some of your own inversions are coming through you. You know, we don't always have to project outwards. Maybe this isn't another person that's doing it to you. Maybe it's you doing it to yourself. But in any case, we do have an evil twin that is popping up, coming out stuck, but more upright. So that's never good to be dealing with someone who's an evil twin. We have Seven of Swords coming out in reverse, which is something that needs to be brought back from the dead that isn't. So there's a conversation that was sort of laid to rest that actually needs to be brought up again. Let's see what's the light energy. We have Milcery using Ram. So Ram energy is Aries energy. This can represent impulse. It can represent, you know, just doing the thing, taking action. It can also represent trigger and boundaries. So there could be someone who put up a boundary and is like, we're never talking about this again. But it's like, that's not actually healthy because it does need to be talked about. And again, that could be part of that bell of silence that just really isn't healthy here. This is also coming out in the third eye. So again, the mental space seems to be very highly like triggered or things like that, or boundaries put a lot on the thought process. It says, they say that any patisserie visited by Milcery is guaranteed to success and good fortune, and it's the cream Pokemon. So there's this energy of like, we never need to talk about it, you know, we're going to be successful and have good fortune, so we're never bringing it up again. And that seems kind of like a toxic thing to do. Of course, it's good to be thinking positive thoughts and things like that, but it's kind of like a cop-out of like, everything's going to be fine, we're never talking about this again, boom. You know, again, you're dealing with an evil twin in some sort of way, so that's not the greatest thing. What's the shadow here? We have the Trainer, Wait and See, Turbo. So Trainer indicates somebody else's energy, and they may be like, yeah, we'll just wait and see. We already know everything's going to be great. Just wait. We're not going to talk about it until blah, 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 blah. And again, remember how I was talking about like, you know, when dealing with narcissists, a lot of it has to do with no sense of self. They have no solar plexus. You know, they have no solar plexus, which is where your sense of self and willpower is. So they find their sense of self through manipulating others and having their needs met through other people instead of meeting them on their own. So I definitely feel this sort of energy that is, you know, sucking your soul through your solar plexus. So it's forcing you, again, that's where your willpower is. They have no sense of self. And therefore, they're siphoning that energy through your solar plexus, which is your willpower. And that's that black magic, right? When someone isn't utilizing their willpower, someone else is superseding your will, they are siphoning from your solar plexus, which is where your light is, right? Narcissists can be considered like energy vampires. They can't produce light on their own, or they believe that they can't produce light on their own, and therefore they must suck the light out of other people in order to get their light, just how a reptile would need their light, you know, energy from the sun and stuff instead of producing it within their own cardiovascular system. Anyway, all right, let's see what's keeping you stuck here, Virgo. Yeah, High Priest in reverse and Three of Wands. So it's this person who, again, it's this black magic energy that we're getting with the High Priest in reverse. It could be someone who uses like spiritual narcissism to control you in some sort of way. When the High Priest comes out in reverse, it can be a very patriarchal thing, or just be like, you can't question the will of God, so kind of energy. It's just real weird. But you think that you're doing the right thing in some way. It could be maybe submitting. You know, maybe you think it's your job to submit in some sort of way. Maybe you're more of a feminine or something like that. But the Three of Wands represents like doing the right thing. And so what's keeping you stuck is thinking that you're actually doing the right thing by going along with this. The story of this card, it's a really kind of long, interesting story, but basically he makes this deal with this guy to go get this treasure, and that they would split the treasure. You know, like he gives him whatever. So they make a deal that if he goes and follows the treasure, well, the guy ends up passing away or something. So this guy's on his own. He finds the treasure by himself, but on the way to find the treasure, he meets his true love, and they fall in love and stuff. And then she's with him as they get the treasure. So they get the treasure, and then they meet this other guy, or yeah, that's right. He was like already, I don't know. He was already passed away, but yeah, he was like a spirit inhabiting some body in order to teach some sort of lesson. But anyway, so he comes back, and the guy says like, oh, you know, we promised to split everything in half, so I get half of your wife and half of the treasure. And the guy says, you know what, just take all of the treasure. I have my true love, and that's all I need, and decides to leave. And then the guy, like, boom, you know, bursts into this spirit and says like, you passed the test. Now you get your true love and all the treasure. So there is this aspect of like taking the moral high road here and like doing the quote unquote right thing, which is like choosing love over money. But, you know, again, we saw with that leafage energy, you might be being financially abused or something. And it's like the way that they are making you think that you're doing the right thing, you know, out of love or for whatever reason. But again, it's actually a manipulation to make you think that you're doing the right thing, but it seems to actually be hurting you. All right, let's see. What's the light energy here? We have Floette using swirling petals in reverse. So it's interesting because I was tapping into her energy, and it kind of feels like you're her, of like, hey, wait a minute, I didn't even know about this deal. You know, why am I even part of this sort of thing? You know, it's kind of like a weird thing where, you know, someone may be making you feel like you're the third party in a relationship, or like you're not the protagonist in your own story sort of thing. But with Floette using swirling petals in reverse, you know, fairy type energy represents soul contracts, soulmates, right? Friends, family, lovers, pets. These are all different types of soul contracts. And with this soul contract with swirling petals in reverse, it kind of feels like it's not, I'm hearing it's not natural, the soul contract that is going on. And again, they had some sort of soul contract. There's something unnatural about it. And again, it's kind of this energy of like, okay, we talked about it, we're never talking about it again, I don't want to hear about it sort of thing. It's kind of like, it's like they forced you to sign a contract, and then they're saying like, we can never addend. You know, there's no addendums to this contract ever, 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 because it's the right thing to do to never, ever, ever do it. It feels very fishy, okay? It's really not a good energy to be in, Virgo, which obviously you already know, but I'm just affirming that for you, because going along with whatever this is not the right thing to do, okay? Let's see, Floette says, when the flowers of a well-tended flower bed bloom, it appears and celebrates with an elegant dance. And so there could be things that are blooming. Again, maybe there are some sort of maybe financial rewards or whatever. And maybe you see like, oh, wow, look, because I'm doing this, look at all of the money or abundance or whatever. But do you have access to it? You know what I mean? Like there's definitely something fishy. But what's keeping you stuck is sort of the blooms that are already blooming. You know, the good parts of whatever this may be are keeping you stuck here. Let's see what's the shadow here. Going right to that High Priest in reverse is Chansey using Healing Pirouette. So part of what's keeping you stuck here is thinking that you can heal this person who is a master manipulator, is what I'm hearing. You think that you can heal them, or maybe they're even saying they're on their healing journey and they're trying to do what's best and things like that. I mean, you're dealing with an evil twin. There's really, it's just not, it's an unnatural soul contract. It's like they tricked you into some sort of soul contract. It says, not only are these Pokemon fast runners, they're also few in number. So anyone who finds one must be lucky indeed. So there also is this aspect of like the runner-chaser energy. So again, if you feel like this is a twin flame journey, you are dealing with an evil twin, not your twin flame. You're a twin on your own with an inverted self. And it's talking about so few in number, anyone who would be, you know, lucky to have them. So part of what's also keeping you stuck is like, oh, this is so rare that, you know, again, it's a treasure. Oh, like, look at the blooms. Like, you know, anyone would be so lucky to be in my position. Or maybe they're brainwashing you into thinking that you're so lucky to be with them. But honestly, that's really not the case here. Oh, well, we're already here. Okay, let's see. All right. I saw let your friends help you. Yeah, you need to talk to some friends about this. If you've been, you know, taken away from your friends and thinking you're doing the right thing, you need to get back in touch with your friends or find some new friends that maybe don't have a distorted view of your relationship or whatever it is. All right, let's see. Like I said in the extended, we are going to take a look into how to get you unstuck and then some general advice on healing this wound. But let's see what the romance angels would like to say here. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So there could have been a very unhealthy dynamic between your parental units and how you watch them interact, which of course has, you know, maybe they were in a narcissistic relationship, which, you know, whatever it may be, that, or abandonment issues, you know, it can manifest as a lot of different things, but whatever it is sort of the root issue of why you find this type of relationship attractive. You know, it can be abandonment wounds that are being triggered of like, okay, if I never question anything and don't say anything, then okay, then they'll never leave, or, you know, whatever it is, or, oh, I'm doing it for love, not for money, or whatever it is. Because maybe you saw financial abuse, like in past relationships, whatever it is. It seems like you need to forgive your parents and their shortcomings. And as you do that within you, your own inner parent heals so that you can heal your inner child and no longer be attracted to this type of dysfunctional dynamic. All right, and I saw Uriel, the angel of flame, which is the twin flame angel. So there can be a lot about the twin flame journey here. All right, let's see which twin flames are real. They are absolutely real, 100 and billion jillion %. This person is not your twin. This is an evil twin. This is a doppelganger. It's someone pretending to be your twin flame and then stealing your energy. All right, let's see what the Angelarium would like to say to bring us into the extended. Which angel of the Angelarium? Okay, it feels like, yeah, 2. We have the Angel of Silence in reverse. Yeah, the angels are saying that you do not need to silence yourself, and love, twin flame energy will never require you to sacrifice your voice or truth. Ever. Ever. It's the opposite. It stimulates you to share your truth. And then we have Keter, the crown in reverse. Yeah, spirituality in reverse. This is not a healthy spiritual connection. This is not a good spiritual soul contract. This is distorting your crown, which is your rightful energy to rule over yourself. The crown is also where you get external information that downloads into the third eye for you to process information. Your crown is being distorted by this. And again, it's this person who's giving you this information is just wrong. I mean, plain and simple, it's just wrong. Okay. Whew, Virgo, dang. All right, we are going to head into the extended. The link is in the description box below. It is available for Eagle and Phoenix members. So if you're interested in that, you can head to my website and go to subscriptions and sign up. And yeah, I hope to see you there. And yeah, the link is in the description box below.